Welcome to Mage Rage.
Yes, welcome to Mage Rage for February 2022, Week 4, Part 1, in which my microphone decided, OBS decided it didn't like my microphone. So here I am dubbing in my audio after the fact, because if you're going to only hear one of the people, it should probably be the one that's on screen. We had a little bit of lag coming in, as you can see, so that was interesting. But that was not the problem. The problem was I had done something that made OBS not recognize my microphone. So we needed a spider eye, a lectern. And I was also working on writing everything down and lost track of everything. There we go. The scaffolding, acacia wood, 6 dripstone blocks, some dried kelp, a fern, a piece of regular coal ore, and an ender pearl. So, after 2 really long weeks in the middle of February, one of which we DNF'd because we just couldn't find an axolotl, this is looking a bit hopeful that maybe this won't take us, a Minecraft week. Because these seem very doable. But let's see how things get going. The interesting part is trying to keep talking while I'm watching this back on silent so that it's at least remotely interesting. Because what I'm doing right now is writing down each and everything because we're trying to be a little more strategic. Again, in hopes of not having this take a Minecraft week, because Mage Rage is not meant to take that long. Sometimes you have a hard time finding things, but we've really taken it to a whole new level of just not finding stuff. And didn't really want to do that again. So we're taking stock of spawn, and now I've got 2 crystal balls, making sure one of them is not Lady Vivian's, which it is not. And time to go get some wood. And 1 giant birch tree probably should be about enough wood for the entire game. Let's hope. And of course, there were no birch items to get because we're in the middle of a birch forest. And that's kind of a running joke because one of our first really, really ridiculously long Mage Rages, the thing we could not find to save our lives was a birch tree. We might have even DNF'd that week. I don't remember. I do remember asking Ed if there was only 1 birch tree in the entire world. And this was at least a year ago, way back when we were early on to playing this. Now, do I remember what I was heading off to look for first? No, other than there's ocean there, so probably it would make sense to try for the dried kelp block. Even though I don't have any stone yet to make or cobble to make a furnace to cook it up in. Also surrounded by all the sugarcane, and could maybe consider grabbing some of that in order to be able to make the lectern, but we'll start with kelp. Kelp is typically pretty easy, as long as you're not fighting off drowned to get it. And it looks like Lady Vivian has decided to take on the lectern and is after all the sugarcane to make paper from. This looks interesting. Does not appear to actually have anything useful down there, but Lady Vivian decided to take a ride down anyway, just for the fun of it, and I decided to watch. As she discovered that no, they did not actually have anything useful for us down there. All right, so heading off into the world in search of what exactly? Who knows? Not at least axolotls. But oh hey, A, more sugarcane, B, village. Any chance they've got a librarian? Because that'd be great. Just get the lectern. Don't worry about making the lectern because cows lately have been kind of stingy with leather, which makes the bookmaking hard. But someday I will actually know on site which houses to bother with. This is a barn. It has nothing other than, hay bales for food. Hello, dragon, that I should have jumped on and gone looking for the savannah right away. Forget the village. But no, I want hay bales and I want the lectern. So bye bye, dragon. I'm missing my chance. Also, are these hay bales even going to end up turned into bread? Who knows? Despite my desire to be strategic, I would not say that is a thing I was very good at. But I did at least get some actual bread, and yeah, that's all maps, not paper, so can't use those for making books. At least if you can, I don't know how. I don't think it's not like it's an enchanted item that you can unenchant on a grindstone. If you do happen to know of a way to turn a map back into regular paper, please let me know. Because that would not be the first time that would have been a useful thing to do. And we don't need a ton of metal, really, but what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and grab the blast furnace. Because blast furnace. And I still don't have any cobble or any weapons, really, other than the pick. So I can't just go around killing cows. I think I have more than enough hay. Found another source of bread. Grab some apples while I'm at it. Not gonna bother with anything that needs cooking if I've got this much food that doesn't. I was expecting this to be a mason's house, but no, cleric. And then of course the church has a cleric, but far as I was able to determine, no librarian here, so no lectern. And to be honest, I do feel like the church should have a lectern because churches frequently do have lecterns, but whatever. Minecraft logic is non-existent, basically. So yeah. Now that I've wasted all this time in the village, I'm looking around to see where the dragon got to, and it left. I don't know why. Oh, I guess I was looking down there to see if it was going to go anywhere useful. But what I should have been doing was at least tallying up some cobble so I could make some basic tools, which I still don't have. I mean, the Silk Touch pick is great, but is not helpful for when I need a weapon, and the only real weapon I have, well, I do have telekinesis as well as healing. And I've been sticking with these same spells recently with the idea that if I'm going to stick with my comfort zone spells of water, revealing, telekinesis, blink, and healing, that I need to start just really getting a much better usage out of them. So yes, water gives you water breathing and dolphin's grace, but it also has other properties, one of which I had not yet figured out by this week. I have now, but I'll leave that for when we get to it, because spoilers, um, the finally cobble, and instead I'm getting mostly not cobble. um, but I was practicing with locking the spell because that's one of the things when you have the water spell, if you shift while you're holding it on your wand and you haven't locked it, you're going to lose the spell and go to whatever your middle spell is, and that is unhelpful. So I was practicing with locking the spell and also um, revealing and blink work in combination to give you night vision. So I decided I wanted to practice with that as well and get more comfortable with those aspects. I did also have some vague idea that I was going to try using healing wings this week, um, as that is another use for the healing spell. But I don't believe I ever quite got to that point. Among other things, it does cost you a gold ingot, and I don't think at any point I actually had any gold. Although, after the last couple of weeks, it wouldn't surprise me to discover while I am watching this during editing that I did have a whole block of gold and forgot that it was useful as actual gold, that it could be broken back down into ingots and used for things, because twice, twice I have made that error. Um, Still haven't organized anything. Um, Finally realizing that, yes, I might want my tools where I know to look for them. Even though I use the scroll wheel rather than the numbers, and I do understand that using the numbers to activate those particular slots on your hotbar is much faster and much more efficient. I'm just so ingrained with using the scroll wheel to do it that that's what I always end up doing. But I do still like to have items where I expect them to be. What am I making now? Oh, a boat. Um, 'Cause sure, let's get out on the water since it's nighttime. And I could just use the water spell and swim, but that does make you a little more vulnerable to drown, even though you've got Dolphin's Grace and can typically get away from them. Unless, of course, they've got tridents. So, off in search of a savanna so that we can get that acacia wood. That is, I believe, the main thing that we needed a specific biome for. Um, well, other than the dripstone cave for the dripstone blocks, and a taiga for the fern. Um, and a jungle for scaffolding. So yeah, we need all the biomes, but what am I talking about? Um, but the main one I think I was trying to keep an eye out for at this point was the savanna, and hopefully I would remember, since I had actually written it down this time, that I also need a jungle and a taiga. This is typically one of my go-tos for nighttime in Mage Rage, is either get in a boat and get in the water or get underground. Um, I've been trying to avoid branch mining underground because even though that is safer and in some ways more of a sure thing, it takes forever. And since I just had to do all sorts of fast forward through the last couple of... Can we hit the cow? Hit the cow. There we go. Um, Through the last couple of weeks of Mage Rage, I'd really like to not do that for a while because that's annoying, takes a lot more time in editing. Of course, narrating the thing after the fact also takes a bit more time in editing. Um, and I think at that point, Lady Viv might have been telling me she already had the spider. No, she did not. So I'm going back after that spider to and trying to kill that zombie slash, is it drowned yet? To try to get the spider eye. But of course, to kill the spider and get a spider eye, you have to use non-magical means, because otherwise it doesn't register as a player kill. So let's go. And oh yeah, Ancient Mage over there wants to kill me too. I managed a critical hit, but I only got string, not a spider eye. So I decided I'd better get out of there. Get out of there? Get in the boat. I guess I'm still looking to see if there's a spider eye. No, there is only... And the drown got in the boat. Wonderful. Yeah. So how about I switch over to water after I heal up? And there we go. Now, it would have been good if I had used the revealing and blink combo to get myself night vision, because that is really helpful underwater. And oh, hey, boat. Don't know that there's anything we really need in a boat, but what the heck, why not? I can't walk past a shipwreck. Come on. Get in there. Trying to find the chest, which is in fact hiding over in the corner. I don't know why I thought that removing this sand was going to help anything, because it's not like it was going to be under the sand or even behind the sand in the sense of to the stern of the boat. No, it's just right there, and I could have walked around to it. So at least I got a couple of pieces of iron so that I could make shears. Got some other stuff that might or might not be in any way useful. And then was having a heck of a time just getting back out of there because stairs. So I gave up and eventually, come on, just get over it. Just dig a hole in the ceiling. Yeah, there we go. Hi, Marvin. Bye, Marvin. All right. So I might want to make the shears, but you know, whatever. Take all the time. And swimming, swimming, swimming. Let us see where we end up here. Again, trying for a savanna or a taiga or a jungle. Bamboo jungle specifically. And finding none of those things. Although all that sand up ahead gets me thinking maybe there could be a savanna in the offing. But it's very hard to tell at night what you're looking at in terms of grass colors. No, computer, don't do that. Apparently, since I am watching this, it didn't think I was actually doing anything. Okay, got another shipwreck, but that's really not going to have anything I need at this point. It is certainly not going to have acacia wood. I don't think any of the shipwrecks have. Some of them might have acacia planks. I don't even know if that's the case, because really you wouldn't be a seafaring people if you were in the savannah, right? So why would you have ships that could be getting shipwrecked? And I'm pretty certain none of them have actual acacia logs to be turned into acacia wood. It's coming up on daytime, and I'm really not too happy to see that that's the case. Meanwhile, do I know what Lady Vivian's been managing to get during all this? No, I do not. But I did decide to try and find whatever might be in there, which was nothing particularly helpful. Why I'm grabbing glistering melon, I just don't even know. I don't think you can just eat that as food. I think it's strictly an ingredient for potions, but you know, what do I know? But I think Lady Vivian must have gotten quite a few of the other items by this point, because I decided not to start the video at dawn. And she just got slain by a zombie. So, hello Lady Vivian. You can tell I still don't have Optifine caught up for 1.18 because I can still see capes. Again, we're attempting to be strategic. So talking out whatever the heck we're doing here, and probably making a chest for putting stuff in, which finally I did decide, yes, let's do that, because that has been helpful, so that if only one of us can get back to spawn quickly with the final item or two, then we can. Of course, the only thing I have so far is string for the scaffolding and dried kelp. And it would probably be a good idea to make the shears and go looking for a taiga self past me. Could you maybe do that? That would be helpful. No? Really not going to do that yet? Fine. Fine, be that way. In the spirit of being strategic, it would have been useful to make note of what direction I had gone in before, so that I didn't just cover the same ground again. But I hadn't done that. I was pretty sure, however, that I had not gone that way. So whatever direction that is the direction I decided to head. And I think at this point, Lady Vivian had gotten the spider eye, the lectern, and the coal ore, and the ender pearl. She actually got the ender pearl very early on. I don't know if she had gotten the acacia wood, but it looks like the two remaining things we're looking for, going by my notes, because I was at least keeping notes, would be the scaffolding and the fern. So, jungle and taiga. You know, no need to go underground for either of those things. What are you doing, Self? Oh, no, we didn't have the dripstone yet. I thought I would look down there for the dripstone and then found this ridiculously small patch of it. So, hello, six dripstone blocks. All we really need from underground. So, yeah. Don't know why I'm still looking down there. Just to see what's there. Okay, if we didn't already have the coal ore, we do now. And so now, let's deal with the remaining items. Shall we? Spoiler, if you hadn't figured out by now, since I've not cut this, yes, we are going to make fairly short work of what we have left. Lady Vivian asked me to check the scaffolding recipe there because she had found the bamboo jungle and wanted to make sure she grabbed enough bamboo, because it would really stink to think you needed, 5 scaffolding only for the recipe to call for 6. So now we're looking for taiga. I think. Am I going back to spawn to drop that stuff off? Because I'm not far. At this point, I think I have no idea what direction anything is, and am just going. Oh, this is when she tells me there is a taiga with ferns, or there's ferns in any case, right by where she is in the jungle. So here's me trying to make my way over there because I'm the one who has the iron for shears. And I think she probably already had the string. Okay. And Now we want to go back to spawn and call this done, except she's the only one who's going to die. I'm trying to set myself on fire and it's not working. So then she set some more lava down, and that worked very nicely. Except for the part where I was still on fire. But yeah. Okay. Let's put the remaining things away. The scaffolding and the coal ore. Where's the coal ore? I think I was having a panic attack thinking I had dropped it off somewhere, but no, there it is. Now there are all the things, and she wants me to pick it up. So let's make some room, and there we go. 25 minutes and 20 seconds, or 28 seconds. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.